helpful. And sometimes you get one of these cards. Hunter, can you see what that says? It says thank you. Have you ever gotten a thank you card? Have you ever? Sometimes moms or grandmas get them because they go to a wedding shower, or baby shower. Somebody sends them to you because you brought them dinner, or they brought flowers or something like that. And it feels good to get a thank you card, right? Yeah. It feels good when somebody says, good job, thanks a lot. Yeah. And so, how could you show somebody that you're really thankful for something? Wow, could you? You could give them a hug. So, like Hunter, if Riley stayed the night at your house, what would be something nice for Riley to do to say, hey Hunter, thanks for letting me stay the night? He can invite you to stay at his house. Yeah, way to go. We're getting it, little by little, guys. Okay, so I don't know who has done the most for us. I know our moms and dads have done a lot for us, right? But somebody else has done way more for us than even our moms and dads. Do you know who that is? Who? Thunder? No. How about God? Yeah. You know, God, He gives us food when we're hungry. That food in the refrigerator doesn't just magically appear, right? And He gives us water when we're thirsty. Who's been outside playing when it's really hot? You get thirsty, right? Yeah. And when you're sick, Hunter, you're not feeling so good. You got the nasty allergies, huh? But Mom gave you medicine and you're feeling better, right? Well, who do you think told Mom to give you the medicine, right? Right? And, oh, thank you. And so, and when we're sad, He says, you're there, it's okay. So, because God does all that, shouldn't we tell Him thank you? Yeah. So, we should write a really big thank you note, right? Well, how would we send it to Him? How would we send a thank you note to Him? Do you think the mailman would be able to take a letter to heaven? Oh, well, I don't know God or Jesus' email address. Hey, you get that. But doing something good for somebody else is just like sending a thank you note to Jesus. So like letting your sisters play with your favorite toys, or not bonking your sister on the head, or reading your sister a book, or, you know, playing your favorite game with your brother or sister. You know, those are all things that God says, you know what? That was an awesome thank you note. Way to go. What's up, Jack? He's thinking. Okay. So those are all really special ways that we can tell Jesus and God, thank you. So, I got it. You got it. Okay. What's up, Jack? Playing with your sister and helping out with Henry? Yeah, that's awesome. You know what? Jesus smiles and you think that that's awesome. You can help do that. Yeah. All right. So, can we bow our heads and pray? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to pray now, so can you close your eyes? Okay. Ready? Okay. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for helping us remember that when we are good and we help out others, then it makes you feel good and it gives you a big old thank you note. I can only imagine the amount of thank you notes sitting up on your post board up in heaven. You must be so proud of our friends here. Just help us to remember to be kind to others and to just be good listeners, and just help us to be kind to everybody that we know. We ask this in your name. Amen. You guys can go have a seat.
right. So what we've been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks has been your story. We've been interviewing different people from the congregation about their story. Something God did in their lives, changed their lives. So I'm going to begin tonight with my story. I can't interview myself because if I talk to myself and answer myself, they say I'm crazy. But while I'm getting something to sit on, ponder this. What is your favorite season and why? I want you to talk about yourselves at the table. What's your favorite season and why? I'm not going to make you go to 4 corners of the room. But what's your favorite season and why?
What's your favorite season?
I like the White House of Snow.
I like summer.
Cuddle.
The reason I didn't do 4 corners is because I don't know about a lot of you, but I need more than one season. So for me to choose one corner as my favorite season is hard. So anybody want to yell out some answers? I know Mark already lit up one over here. You let it go there. Fall. 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 Summer. Okay. What about springs? Anybody got spring? A couple. Summer. Fall. Okay. What do we miss? Winter. Who's with Mark? My favorite is fall and spring.
2.
And my reason why is because I love to see the way God brings back everything in winter. And I like to see how He puts it all back to sleep. It's the most comfortable for me, temperature-wise, too. So that was my little questionnaire for you guys. So a little bit about myself. I asked Pastor Keith, he asked me to do this week about a month ago, and I said, well, who am I interviewing? He said, yourself. I said, well, why would I do that? He goes, well, you got an amazing story to tell. I said, okay. I don't know how many of you know my story, but it starts back, way back when I was 12. I started out with major hip problems, my left hip. My growth plate slipped off my hip, and they had surgery on that. Next year they had to remove the pin they put in there because that was causing problems. Since then I was in a lot of pain. I ended up at 18. I had a total hip replacement in my left hip. I was an enigma back then. For an 18-year-old to have a total hip replacement, they didn't even know if they could do another hip replacement at the time. Because the technology at that time wasn't to where they could do more than 1 or 2 in a lifetime. A hip replacement lasts about 15 to 20 years. 20 years if you're a little bit older and you're not doing so much. I was 18, so I'm not going to stop my life 100%. So I knew it wasn't going to last very long. And then I had developed back pain. And that's consumed my life since then. I have a lot of bone problems. I can't do any surgeries to replace any disc in my back because all my discs are bad. At the same time, it's pinching all my nerves in the back. And so I get pain constantly, 24 hours a day. And I don't say this to go, oh, pity me. I say this because God has worked miracles in my life. Every step of the way, when I couldn't stand the pain in my hip anymore, I said, God, what can I do? I was 18-year-old taking 3 Vicodin at a time to try and combat the pain. What can I do? I can't do that the rest of my life. He found a doctor that was willing to do the hip replacement. And he was just a doctor that I was actually seeing another doctor at the time that said, hey, you know what? I'm willing to do this. The other doctor in practice said it can't be done. We can't replace this again in the future. And he goes, I don't know that you can see the future. I don't know what the future holds. This young man can't walk. And he's in pain. He has no quality of life. And I thank God every day. You know, I don't tell all the bad stuff that's about me to make people feel pity on me. Because God gives me the strength each day to get up and enjoy the day that God gives me. And that was a lesson I didn't learn till later. And when you look back, what amazes me is if you look back in your lives, if you have a trial in your life, something you can't get through, how many times God shows up and you didn't even see it? I mean, I'm blessed with 3 beautiful children, and I'm thankful that I can still do things with them. Today, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come to church. I was in so much pain. I'm here. God made a way for me to be here. And right now, I need that hip replaced again. It's been 17 years? 16, 17 years. And my other hip is replaced now. So, it's just one trial and tribulation as I go. And the stories I learned from them is what amazes me. And the more I focus on what does God want from me, the more at ease things are. A lot of people deal with pain. I don't think anybody here hasn't experienced pain one time in their life. From the age of Jackson. It's my son that's 10. All the way up to the oldest person here. I'm not going to make a quote who's the oldest person here. That's experienced pain. But through God it can be easier. And that's a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. I didn't see that. It wasn't in my vision until I was 22 when I accepted Him in my heart. And when that happened, I could see it. I could look back through the years and say, okay, yeah. As I was praying, saying, I have no hope, He found a way. When I was praying, I said, well, I can't get over this back pain. He tried this. When I was praying, I said, okay, I don't know what to do with this back pain. I actually have a pain stimulator inserted in my back that it kind of feels like if you sit on your leg wrong and your foot falls asleep. I have a tingling sensation in my back that kind of hides some of the pain. Feel that instead of the pain. Every step along the way, He's there thinking while I'm there praying. And it never stops to amaze me. But it doesn't stop me from having the rough days. And that's where my faith comes in and the loved ones around me come in. And I thank Him for that. I wouldn't be here at this church. I wouldn't have the relationship with Him if it wasn't for the problems I had. I wouldn't have the friends I don't think I would have if He didn't lead me down this path. So I just thank Him for that. The other part of the interview that I would like to do, and again, I'm not going to interview myself. This is the last Sunday that we're going to do Tell Your Story. And there is, I see the faces of the people that's been up here interviewed and told their stories and seen God change their lives. but there's other people sitting that may have not had their chance to tell their story. And they might have a 2-second story or something small where they experienced God, or they haven't experienced God at all. So, I would like to take the opportunity, if you would allow me, to go around the room if anybody would like to share anything about their stories. And we got this wonderful wireless mic. Maybe you're thinking, hi, hello. So if anybody would like to raise their hand, I'll come to you. Somebody has to raise their hand. We're going to get out of church really early. Nobody has a story?
Okay, it's Tuesday. Sometime this week, I went to my oncologist, and he told me that I've had 15 years. I had ovarian cancer 15 years ago, and he said I've had 15 years of cancer-free, and he doesn't want to see me anymore. So I guess I have praise there.
Anybody else? Very shy. Okay. This series, hang on a second, let me switch back.
We're good, I got it.
This series has been an interesting one. We have seen people that have done missions that have changed their lives. We have seen people that haven't found Christ till later in their lives, and many different things. And it amazes me that we found this just in our church alone. And if it's just our church, can we imagine how many different stories we have within the churches around us? I really don't have much more to say. So we're going to go into our offering time. Our offering time is a time between you and God. It's a time for you to decide if you want to, how much and when you want to give to God. He's not there for your money. He's there for your love. While you're doing your offering, if you can put in your checking cards, and then bring it up to the stage here, and then we'll do our last song.
Would you stand as we sing our last song together tonight?